Audio Jungle.
Brief lead debate on the Northwest Development Commission Act 2024 Amendment Bill 2024 SB 567. Mr. President and dear colleagues, I respectfully rise to lead the debate on the general principles of the Northwest Development Commission Act 2024 Amendment Bill 2024 SB 567. The bill was read for the first time on Wednesday, 2nd October 2024. In a nutshell, the bill seeks to amend the Northwest Development Commission Act 2024 to provide for geopolitical representation in the governing board of the Commission and for other related matters. The bill also seeks to reconcile the lacuna that exists in the provisions relating to the appointments of the chairman and the managing director of the Commission by ensuring that the two are not appointed from the same state within the zone, as well as subject the appointment to the confirmation of the Senate in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as altered. With the benefit of hindsight, Mr. President and my dear colleagues, the Northwest Development Commission Bill was passed by the National Assembly earlier this year and was transmitted and assented to by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. However, in the course of implementation of the legislation, it was observed that for effective representation and in line with the principles of federal character, it is imperative that membership of the Commission be extended to the other geopolitical zones of the country. This is in tandem with extant acts relating to the establishment of federal commissions. Accordingly, I urge you all, my dear colleagues, to support the expeditious passage of this bill as it is straightforward and sacrosanct for the smooth takeoff of the Commission. I thank you. And Mr. President and dear colleagues, my lead debate on the Southeast Development Commission Act 2024 Amendment Bill 2024 SB 568. Mr. President and dear distinguished colleagues, it is again with utmost pleasure that I rise to lead the debate on the general principles of the Southeast Development Commission Act 2024 Amendment Bill. The bill was read for the first time on Wednesday, 2nd October 2024. In a nutshell, the bill seeks to amend the Southeast Development Commission Act 2024 by deleting the words in alphabetical order in Section 13 of the extant Act, which deals with the appointment of the Managing Director of the Commission. The rationale behind this amendment is to ensure that the Chairman and the Managing Director of the Commission are not appointed from the same state. You will recall, Mr. President and my dear colleagues, that the Southeast Development Commission Bill was passed by the National Assembly earlier this year and was transmitted and assented to by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Accordingly, I urge all my dear colleagues to support the expeditious passage of this bill, as it is straightforward and important for the smooth takeoff of the Commission. I thank you, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues.
Just a question. The geopolitical balancing, was it?
Mr. President, I stand to support these two bills because human being is a human being. You can never be perfect at any time. It's only God that does everything perfectly. These are mere omissions that were discovered at a later, when the bill was passed. So I don't think we need much debate on this. We should just move forward to get these corrections made. They were just omissions, that emanated for the fact that we are human beings. So, and thank God, this very, very important institution, the highest assembly in the land, has a way of making these kind of corrections when they occur, because it's an assembly that is full of wisdom, full of the wherewithal to deal with all problems by grace of God. I so submit, Mr. President.
Distinguished President of the Senate, distinguished senators, my name is Mohamed Tahir Monguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. I am interested with the aspect of initially removing the issue of confirmation by the Senate and now bringing it back. Mr. President, distinguished senators, we should always jealously guard and protect the powers of the Senate, more particularly with regard to issue of confirmation of appointments made by Mr. President. We should never, under any circumstance, or even in the wildest of our dreams, surrender this power of confirmation. So I'm happy that the eagle eye of the sponsor of this bill detected this very grievous, omission, and has now brought it back for the purpose of the Senate reclaiming what it belongs to it. Because we should always jealously guard and protect those powers and never, under any guise, surrender those powers to the executive arm of government. So, with this regard, I urge my colleagues to support the second reading of this bill, and in all the other submissions made by the sponsor of the bill and the Deputy Senate President, I adopt same as mine. Thank you.
Mr. President, my dear and respected colleagues, I am Suleiman Abdurrahman Kau Sumaila Oyapar, representing Kano South Senatorial District, Mr. President, from Kano Northwest. Mr. President, listening to the submission of the leader of the Senate and urging the Senate to support this amendment make me happy, and I think it's one of the best legislation which our people are looking for because of the so many reasons. Yes, we can do mistake on what we are doing, but what is the intent? The intent of having this commission in Northwest with headquarters in Kano means a lot to us. I thought it will touch the life of our people, and we really appreciate Mr. President of signing this legislation. It really shows that he is committed to Federal Republic of Nigeria, and his promise of renewed hope agenda really touched the people of northwestern part of Nigeria. Mr. President, I am reaffirming my position and reaffirm the position of my dear brother Senator Barau I. Jibrin that it is a mistake and it is natural we human beings to make a mistake. Let us amend it. We are earnestly looking for this commission to commence its activities to reduce the suffering of our people. Thank you, the Senate. Thank you, the Senate President, and thank you, Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by giving us this kind of giant and great legislation, which translate to commission. Thank you.
Dismissed Senator Abaribe.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just wanting to point out to the Secretariat that they need to really be very careful when they send something to us. The paper here says, Amendment of the Southeast Development Commission Act 2024, and immediately under, it says the Northwest Development Commission Act, the hearing after, referred as is amended as follows in this bill, which means that somebody doing copy and paste didn't know what the hell he was doing. Please be careful when you do this, because these are official documents. I so submit.
The clerk, this has not happened before. It has not happened before. It means he didn't. So please, let's try. I just want to ask another question. Senator Mangunu said something here. The power of screening and confirmation of major appointees of the federal government, those powers are vested in the Senate. Any law that is enacted by the National Assembly to the contrary is automatically null and void to the extent of that provision, because that provision is constitutional. The constitutional provision takes priority and prevails. So if there is any, by mistake or otherwise, National Assembly should enact any act of parliament and say that it is not the Senate that does screening and confirmation, that automatically is void. That provision is void because the Constitution has already vested the power in the Nigerian Senate. And I think we should be guided because sometimes people do not understand that everything we do here is in line with the provisions of the ground norm, which is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that must always be taken seriously as a guiding principle. So having said that, I want to ask a question. Is there anybody who is opposed to this amendment? Okay, those in support that these two bills be now read a second time, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate, you may proceed. Which one is that? The Southeast. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to amend the Southeast Development Commission Act 2024 and for other related matters thereto, 2024, SB 568. Second reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to amend the Northwest Development Commission Act 2024, Cap 75, to provide for geopolitical representation in the governing board of the Commission and for other related matters dealt to, 2024, SB 567. Second reading taken. These two bills are now referred to a committee of the whole for expeditious action on the next legislative date. Let me thank our colleagues for their contributions, and particularly for the eagle eye that discovered the provision that says that the Southeast Development Commission Act, the appointment of the managing director and the chairman should move in alphabetical order. What that simply means is that if it's a place like Abia, where Senator Abaribe comes from, they will provide both the managing director as well as the chairman. And the other states will be shut out. So I believe that this amendment that we are now proposing will enable another state to produce chairman and another state to produce a managing director, provided that it rotates among the states of the Southeast. So I thank all of you for your contributions. And leader of the Senate, I know and pray that you'll bring it up very soon so that we can deal with the matter, which is straightforward in the committee of the whole, without any further delay. I thank you all. Leader of the Senate.
Audio Jungle.